It is a Christian term, Christian psychology, led to a personal God, an infinite person. By saying God is eternal, what do you mean by eternal? You mean something that has a beginning and no end? No way. You mean something that has no beginning and no end? Yes. Let's look at Mula Prakriti again. Dear friends, I want to tell you something. This goes very deep. This is radical, I know. Don't even, if you are really interested in the Book of Light, don't even try to, when you read it and you haven't understood something, don't try to read that again. It will come over and over again, repeated over and over again. Don't strengthen or let's say tighten your thoughts when you read something that you didn't understand and now you try to ponder on it. Don't do it. Be totally relaxed and listen. It all will settle in you and you will understand. But don't try, if you don't understand something, and it will happen often, to say, oh, first I want to read this because I didn't understand it. No. Continue. It will come. Now, Mula Prakriti. See, this would be then that which is, so to speak, surrounding root matter, essence of all matter, surrounding the so-called absolute, so-called. And so we can say these three, Trinity, the source, all beings, and Mula Prakriti. This is all there is. And that awakens over and over and over again. And if we had enough of hell, earth, many lives in hell, earth, and so forth, and even of highest heaven world, Devachan, because we see it as transient, then you are ready for Nirvana. See, now this is a term, dear friends, before we continue, this is a term that points toward that experience that you will have in meditation. Nirvana means extinguished. Confused people like the Dalai Lama and other Buddhists, not all of them, but many, they translated correctly and interpreted falsely. Nirvana means extinguished. Yeah, that's true. That is true. But it applies only to the world of the transient world of manifestation. That means when you have overcome all your desire, you disappear as a person for people, be it in hell, on earth, or in heaven. But you don't disappear for yourself. You're sheathed. Your transient appearance, your bodies, be they spiritual or material, they disappear. So people say, he's extinguished. They compare it with a candle. You blow out the light. They asked the Guru, what is it in Nirvana? I took a candle, lightened it, and then it blows out the light. Everybody's afraid. Oh. Well, dear friends, I will ask you, is the candle still there? It just doesn't burn anymore. I understand everyone who says, no, I don't want to go to Nirvana. I rather want to feel, I rather want to suffer. Okay. But you have the option. And more people take it, tell you. That much I can tell you. So, in Nirvana, only that is extinguished that will be taken away from you anyway, life after life. In Nirvana, you are free of desire for every transient appearance. You still are, so to speak, but you don't cling anymore to seeing, hearing, touching, tasting, smelling, thinking. Dear friends, this book of light gives you two options, which is return or not. But there's no destruction in it. as many confused Buddhists and the Dalai Lama among all, think the Buddha taught, nirvana, you are destroyed. Well, then there is no reason to take nirvana. Then there's no reason to learn Buddhism or whatever. True Buddhism, see, is this what they have today is mostly distorted, raped. You could say, the Germans say, vergewaltigter Buddhismus, raped Buddhism. You are not destroyed in nirvana, dear Dalai Lama. You are free, if the term is permitted. But most people don't want to be free. They want to be attached to whatever they like to enjoy. So be it. If you want to be attached with as little suffering as possible, you better study the Book of Life. If you like to suffer, if you are a masochist, that you may do too. But, even that we teach here that will lead to suffering, to real suffering. Those who enjoy suffering will enjoy it to an extent until it hurts, until it really hurts, until it turns from pleasure into pain. Yeah? So beware. There are more people in the world who like to suffer than you may imagine. So, for us, there is no personal God. We will come to that. Christians say that God is eternal, and they give him attributes. But attributes are just in the world of appearances, a transient world. God, as a source from which we came, is beyond that. And daring, as the Book of Light is, we could say now God wants nothing, has nothing, does nothing, knows nothing. So every fool can go to God? Well, if he overcame his desires, yes. But the nature of a fool is to cling to desires. Think about that. They ask me, who's God? The Book of Light says that God is still, silent. You want to experience God? This teaching leads you directly to what you in truth are. You are God. You just didn't know it, you don't know it, because the truth has not yet set you free, as Jesus wants us, if we understand him correctly. And not in the abused manner of religion. They abuse the teachings of Jesus. And we will come to that, who Jesus really was, dear friends. So such a personal God that punishes you when you do wrong and rewards you when you do right, such a thing, dear friends, does not exist. It does not exist. You reward yourself. This is, and we come to that, because you are under the law of karma and reincarnation. So you are your own victim, your own perpetrator, your own judge, your own defender, lawyer. This is how we learn life after life. And you may have many objections now. Just listen to what I say and you will see that everything will make sense. So whatever you say of God was God, what God is not. Neti neti is the word of Sanskrit. Neti neti, not this, not that. You want to know what God is? Meditate and follow the teaching and you will become it. And when you come out of that highest point of nirvanic meditation, you will not be able to say it, but you will know. And the fear will go away from you, because you will have experienced true immortality, beyond time and space. And when we say time, we just experience the change of that to which we cling. So you see that the teaching of the Book of Light goes even further. It says also matter is eternal. This goes deep, dear friends. Not only the source, Mula, then all beings, Mula Prakriti, These three are timeless, eternal, uncreated. Well, how can matter be eternal when my body decays? It decays from that state further back into Mula Prakriti again, into the essence of matter. As a matter of fact, everything is timeless, eternal, immortal. Who can fathom it, may fathom it. And it was important for religions to be there, because the mind of most people still are not open to what I say here. But there are a few. And for them, who are dissatisfied with religion and who want to understand more, and who are also dissatisfied and disappointed with what happens around us, how religion is abused to kill others and to oppress them and to enslave them, and perversion that is often in the churches, as we know. We come to that, what really happens in the Vatican. But we don't say it to condemn people or so. We say it to warn those people. They don't know what karma they achieve or they put on themselves or attract by these evil deeds and satanistic rites and so forth. But that's how we learn, dear friends. There are always two parts of a coin. And we dive as often as our desire causes us into Mula Prakriti, root matter, until we have learned our lesson. The Book of Light teaches the same as the Bible. It just adds a few words. Bible teaches, as man sows, he will reap. We teach, as man sows, he will reap life after life. See, you can put almost every Christian in defense, which we don't want to, but by asking, it's a trap question. Is it true that everybody reaps what he sows? Everybody. They will say, yes, it's Bible teaching. And you say, well, what has a 5-year-old child sowed to reap, to die of AIDS in Africa? Prior to that, it is maybe raped by priests or whatever, by bad people. We don't say that every priest is bad. I just use that term now because these things happen. Now the Christian will say, well, his parents say, no, you said everyone, everybody. You see how that is a contradictory teaching, and therefore we have to touch that term of karma. Now karma, if correctly understood, it teaches that every action causes a reaction, also according to physical laws, Newton, actio, reactio. And it throws the responsibility of everything that happens not to a God, but to whom? To you. You sow as you reap. And you reap as you sow. Could say that life after life. Yeah? And this is something that has been removed and permitted by the masters for good reasons. But karma is something that has to be dealt with in the teaching in detail. It explains why we do evil and good, and it explains why we reap evil and good. And we don't, dear friends, insult God anymore by blaming Him for all the misery in the world. Now, the church says, well, you are too weak. There's no karma, reincarnation. Only Jesus can help you. And they abuse and distort the message of Jesus.